Jesus Christ. Take those pizzas away from him. Seriously. Look at him. He's just a savage. God. Take the pizzas away from him.
The roller coaster is about to begin. Hold on tight, because this is the big time.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to episode number 32 of Pod of Thunder, the only podcast I know of that breaks down the entire Kiss song catalog one track at a time. We're doing something a little bit different today. We've got a fourth person in studio. Let me explain the players here today. There's me, I'm Andy. Nick's my brother. And then Chris, you guys know. And now we have Bob here today. And Bob is the guy that we reference on a lot of previous episodes. Driving to the Detroit trip. He's the one who ordered the cheese hot dog and got Chris mad at the Detroit Coney Island. So we'll get into that a little bit later.
One of the people that got Chris mad at the Detroit Coney Island.
I just want to give everyone a reference of who's here today. So quickly, Nick and I are brothers. We went to high school with Bob, and then later we were in bands, and later we played shows at Chris's Cafe, and that's how everybody knows.
This is our origin story.
Yeah, just so everybody knows.
My dad drink in the basement of the cafe, and occasionally smoke marijuana with us.
Look at that.
You and every other band that through there.
I didn't think we were special.
Yeah.
No, it was good.
Thanks for that, Chris.
It's not the Flying Aaron's never did that. I don't think though.
No, we were pretty straight-laced at that place.
We were not invited down to the basement.
Aaron and Andy were. You were not. No Roman Catholics allowed down there.
I was working, man. I was getting stuff set up, warming up the fingers.
Without saying anything else, I saw pure decadence there once.
Yeah, the night that those two were down there was some serious craziness going on.
I honestly had never heard about that.
Craziness.
So. Yeah, but you can use your imagination. But,
put it this way, it puts the coin slot story to shame.
All right. So everybody knows who we are now.
Yay.
What's going on? This is episode 32. That's impressive. Every time I see the number every week, I'm impressed that there are that many.
Wow.
I didn't think we had the stick-to-itiveness to do this many.
We do.
So let's give ourselves... You deserve to give yourself a round of applause. Let's go.
Go.
All right, so...
I'll wait.
What do you want to do? Do you want to get into the song first? Or do you want to have this discussion?
What is Bob... I mean, no, not that I don't like Bob, but what the hell is he doing here? What is this?
Oh, wow.
Well, much like Peter Chris, you seem to bitch all the time about whatever and whoever.
Here we go.
And unrepentantly.
We'll start with the way home from Detroit. The GPS told me to take that way. You should be happy that we didn't leave your drunk ass there on the side of the road.
Wow.
Damn.
Next to the Joe Louis statue.
That's
again,
right.
Just let it out.
Again, we're referencing... we went to the show, the Alive. Is it Alive 35 or whatever?
Yeah, it was 35.
At Cobo Hall in 2009, right around when Sonic Boom came out. The four of us took a trip
final
there,
show.
which they've done like a million since then.
The final show at Cobo
Oh, the final
Hall.
show. Okay, I thought you meant ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
It was a historical event, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that has held true, because sometimes they renege on these sort of proclamations. It's not happening anymore. But as far as I know, they haven't had any rock concerts there since.
Yeah, Chris was like Otis from the Andy Griffith Show at a historic event. Ask him what happened. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is he the drunk?
Yeah, he's the drunk that was always in jail.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Yep.
It's pretty accurate.
Who's unzipping his fly and the guards are coming running at him.
At first, we didn't know.
Right.
We didn't exactly.
What else are you gonna do in there overnight?
Yeah, we didn't know where
I had
you
to
were
sell
going
to
with
myself. I mean, this is in college town. It was like fucking Club Med over there.
Was it co-ed?
No, I told you.
Co-ed
I had to sell to myself.
There were a lot of co-ed naked volleyball T-shirts, I'm sure, being worn at that place.
No, they keep the genders separated in jail.
Not in holding cells, though. They just keep you in a separate cage.
How do you know?
What are you talking about?
Not in any holding cell I've ever been.
Hit that music.
Oh, boy.
Because stuff is being told here. Who? I don't know, but stuff is getting told.
No, this is not. We're talking about jail. This is not.
I know, but
the
it sounded
backdrop
like
for
but Andy sounded like he needed to make a confession.
I don't.
Okay, well,
No, I'm good.
sorry, listeners. No true confessions, unless
Yeah.
Bob's got something.
Nah.
I think it's been well documented. I've been locked up before, so
Nick's the only
Step
one.
up.
nothing new.
Get close to the mic, Bob. I don't think anybody heard
Eat the
that.
mic. Eat it.
Don't eat it, but get closer to it.
So I'm here with a bunch of jailbirds.
Okay, so after this show, Chris and I had a lot to drink. After this Kiss show, we had a good time. What you'd call a good
Yeah.
time.
A great
I
time.
was going to say from Bill Cosby himself, where he says that's what they call having a good time.
Exactly.
You had that kind of good time.
Bob was pretty sober. Did
Chris
you drink
almost
at all?
got lost.
Yeah, I didn't even drink. I
Bob
didn't drink at all.
Bob didn't drink at all. Nick never drinks at all. So those two
Yeah,
were.
it was good.
Chris almost got lost
What? I don't remember that.
in South Bend at a gas station. We almost couldn't find
Oh, well,
Chris.
let's get there. We'll get there in a second. So we left Detroit.
He's still there partially.
We left Cobo Hall. Chris and I were pretty wasted. First thing we did was go to the Coney Island hot dog place, American.
Because
not
Lafayette had too many people and it would have taken too long. Because it was so much better, I'm sure.
Well, you wouldn't know because you didn't have a fucking hot dog.
They had
Yeah.
the spanakopita was subpar.
Spanakopita. Unbelievable.
So
Jesus Christ.
the first offense that we wanted to talk about was the fact that Bob ordered. Well, Chris said you have to get it the way that they're famous for serving it, which is the onions, chili, and mustard. Bob said, "Fuck that. I want to get a hot dog with what I want on it."
Bob,
I don't like
he was
I don't
being
like
Bob.
chili, and I don't like mustard. So
Well, Bob was being
sorry.
Bob. He had every
There you
right to
go.
be Bob that night.
He's an individual.
Who
There you
doesn't
go.
like chili? Well, I mean, what is that? You don't like chili. What does that even mean?
I don't really like chili.
I mean, mustard I can get. I guess I can understand this, but chili. What's not to like about chili?
I have two faults. I'm sorry. That's it.
That's not bad.
Fair enough.
I don't
Whatever.
like chili. I don't like mustard.
So he got ketchup and cheese, I believe. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was. I mean, I love hot dogs. I mean, I get other shit on them now, but I don't know why.
You said
Just,
you
I reverted back to Arnie's Doghouse.
What
from-
did you say?
From Whiting, and I used to just get cheese and ketchup.
That
when I
was your
a kid,
thing.
So I was like,
That's the
I'll
Bob.
get that. I
You know,
don't care.
That's the Bob dog.
There
Why
was a
not?
time when I liked cheese and ketchup
Yeah.
on a hot dog.
Yeah,
But
for
I
you.
went with what Chris recommended. I was the go along with whatever guy that
should've-
I
did.
would have
I should have got that cheese.
if I liked.
Chili.
There you go.
Yeah.
I should have got that cheese on the spanakopita. That probably would have been amazing.
Cheese and ketchup.
Chris wouldn't have
Spanakopita.
remembered anyway. I could have told him I had like the foot long with chili injection. Oh, sweet man!
For
Must have
those-
been great.
For those listeners not sure exactly what's going on, Chris is just shaking his head back and forth rapidly, and that's the desired results that we wanted with bringing up this story. So I think it was a success so far.
All right.
So, we could tell the rest of the story later. I don't want to go too much into stories before we get the song started and scare off the Kiss people who are expecting Kiss. So let's get into it. What do you think? Do you
Yeah,
have Nick?
yeah.
Do you have your thing? Your Kiss?
I do. Hold on. I have
merchandise?
yes. Let me. Bob's digging for it right now, and it's not in my pocket.
Is that what you wanted?
Let's see here.
He's pulling on your wing.
Who?
That new dick. This
Okay.
is all right.
Yeah, I've got my another limited edition. We've been busting out the really rare stuff like the electric butter knife and the wound salt, and
Could you believe
The
that
wound salt.
blackjack?
that blackjack was incredible.
the Photoshop.
Oh, I thought, you know what? Honest to goodness, I had to look at it closely.
See if
and,
it was real.
And I actually, even after I looked at it closely, I thought this could still be real. Those are
Should be real.
Those are
Should
photo-
make one.
The hooligan, I
I'm not
believe it was
kidding.
called. Yeah, the hooligan.
The blackjack needs to come back into vogue, with all these what's that knockout game
Yeah.
going on? People should be armed with blackjacks, man.
Yeah, people come up to you. With,
I'd feel better about walking down the street. Some guy sucker punches me, I'm wheeling around with a sack of leather right across the fucking jaw on that motherfucker.
what a story that would be to tell. I had to knock someone out with my blackjack. Today.
Knockout blackjack.
What would be your go-to filling for your blackjack?
Me, I'd probably go with a bunch of like nuts and bolts, the heaviest stuff I
Wow.
could get over at Ace Hardware.
That's good.
That's just off the top of my head.
I'd throw some Susan B's and some Ikes in there, some $50, some get
Oh,
some
okay.
get some special coins.
I throw some ketchup and some cheese in there.
What's in spanakopita?
Spinach,
And I don't
phyllo
know.
dough.
Phyllo dough.
Just fill it with phyllo dough.
It knocked me out, but in a different way.
I put Bob's GPS in mine.
That's how Cadillac GPS is.
So-
Chris.
We'll get to
Sorry.
that. We'll get to
So
that.
if your GPS told you to stick a shard of glass in your cock hole, would you do that too?
He's not saying
You don't
no.
have to answer. All right, Nick, what do you got? What's your thing there?
Okay,
Right, I
got
forgot who I was talking
Another-
to. That's an everyday thing for him.
It takes a lot to get off, buddy.
I've got a rare, another rare prototype here. I've got the Peter Criss flavored 357 Magnum barrel.
Wow.
Flavored.
It's flavored.
Yeah, when you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, have you ever tasted one? He asks.
Oh, okay.
It's flavored.
God,
Today
that's
I've
good.
got the churro flavored.
Like a cinnamon sugar.
It's
kind
a
of
cinnamon sugar.
That's nice.
There's a
man.
filling.
There's a market for that too, man. I'm telling you, we need to get into this business.
So I guess we'll fire it off and see if we have any luck if it selects the song.
All
we need to
right.
go on Shark Tank and get the FUBU guy to arrange a licensing deal with Gene for some of this stuff. Guy'd be way on board. Can you imagine being in business with the FUBU guy?
Is that Damon Dash?
Yeah.
Is that who it is? Yeah.
First order of business would be having him get me a pair of Brian Sherwood sweatpants.
All right, you ready, Nick?
All right, I'm pulling the trigger.
All right.
This one comes off.
Monster.
It's called
Hell or Hallelujah.
There you have it.
Wow. So this is
So that's why we say that at the end of the
Yeah.
episode. Oh, boy.
this is the song
Thought I
that
made that up.
right. Okay. So Monster. We've talked about Monster, right? We had a song.
You had a few.
We
or
had,
two songs,
yeah.
right?
We had, no,
No,
one.
we had
Long Way Down.
Long Way
and
Down.
Shout Mercy.
And Shout
Oh,
Mercy.
yeah. We had a couple of great Paul songs.
Nick, do you even remember what happened to you 5 minutes ago?
I had pizza.
Yeah.
Chris was shouting
Memory's
Mercy
the worst.
with
Oh,
Nick
boy.
next to him eating pizza on the
Yeah,
couch.
Please
Tell you,
stop.
you guys keep bringing pizza? I'd never.
Bob brought it tonight.
Well, then blame Bob.
He's a good man.
Put me around pizza. That's what
What
happened.
was the staff like over there tonight, Bob?
Little
Describe 'em.
Caesars.
How many?
Andy warned me to not get anyone pregnant there. But,
Yeah. With your glass sharded dick.
They're very fertile across the
Oh,
counter
yeah.
over there.
So
So okay,
we've talked about Monster.
let me.
right?
I guess I'll just give my little spiel about this particular track. This is
Whoa,
the
hold it.
okay.
Why don't we get Bob's take on Monster? He's the new
Oh,
guy
sure.
in the room.
All right.
Since we've had this is our third cut,
We've beaten
as
this.
Andy has said, we've talked about the album. Bob, any thoughts on this release?
I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it measured up to Sonic Boom, but
Agreed. I
it was
think
still pretty good. I
That's
thought.
what we all think as well. But
I don't know. I haven't heard it in a while. Chris kept my CD that I let him borrow.
for
That's what he
Christ's
does,
sake.
man.
No, I actually don't care,
I'm
except for when I had to find this song. I had to illegally download it because I didn't have the CD.
I don't.
I remembered. Oh shit!
I don't expect to see.
We
my,
live 3 fucking blocks away from each other. You can't pick up a phone. What is wrong with you people?
It's
Jesus.
easier to just steal.
Yeah, all right. Well, then why'd you even bring it up then?
I just,
Just to start trouble. That's the whole
Christ.
point of
I
today's
just want
show.
to document it that I brought my favorite Motorhead CD for Chris to borrow. So if it's like a year, if we're on episode 180 and I still don't have it, we can trace back how long he's.
I got
been
you back
hogging
your
it.
Stone Temple Pilots.
That's true. That's true. I agree.
And I don't live 3 blocks from you. You can walk over and get it anytime you want.
You're right.
Jesus.
You know, a quick
Man.
side
you
note.
guys, you Jones guys, and your fucking ambushes on me.
Quick side
Annoying.
note. I ran past your house the other day, and I saw a dime bag on the sidewalk. I thought about picking it up and bringing it in. Serious.
Okay.
I thought, wow.
There's no sidewalk in front of my
Or
house.
it was,
There isn't.
all right. Well, I was running in the street. I saw it by the curb.
What are you doing running in the street?
There was
There's no sidewalk in front of my
Why did you go
house.
down that street then?
Because the sidewalk was there, and then it stops by Chris's
Who
house.
runs across Ridge Road?
Me, dude.
Why do you do that?
I'm a daredevil.
Oh, wow.
I laugh in the face of danger.
All right.
All right, so
Let me give my little spiel, and then we'll see if we have any other thoughts before we kick out the jams here. I went to see The Tour last summer,
what was that?
2012. Kiss headlining with Crew opening.
Oh.
And I knew that this song I knew the title of it, and I knew that it was available to listen to online at this point, but decided not to. I said, you know what, maybe they'll play it at the show. They played it at the show.
Why didn't you want to listen to it? It wasn't
I don't
leaked,
know.
right? It was out as like an advertisement.
It was like, no, Kiss was saying like, hey, check it out.
Yeah,
you know,
you didn't want to hear it though.
No, I figured I'm going to the show. I'm going to listen to it at the show. I thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, all right.
It sort of was, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to give too many of my impressions of it from hearing it because we'll do that during the song, but just thought that was a cool way to get a song debuted in my ears. And I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't want to go too far into it.
I heard it on iTunes. I thought that was a pretty cool way to hear it as well. That was it when they released it.
You mean in stereo? And
I heard it off the CD I stole from Andy.
There you
and
go.
never gave it back to him.
I haven't heard this, so we'll see how it goes.
You seriously never heard this song?
No, I have.
Okay.
have.
It's no Great Expectations.
Love it.
perhaps if while we're listening to it, I could bring this up right now. If Andy could do a little research, we can find out what Mr. Bruce Kulick thinks of this song. There's an interview. I don't know if it's on his website or where it is, but perhaps during the song we can find that and see what an ex-member of Kiss and one of our favorites to talk about what he thinks of it, perhaps. But maybe we should get into it.
All right. What is this? 2012?
Yeah, last year.
Jeez, 2012.
Recent stuff.
The most recent.
The most recent opening cut.
Hell or
This is the
Hallelujah.
opening cut.
Yes,
the album?
Mr. Paul Stanley's opening cut.
Okay,
Here we go.
hit it.
Nick's already stopping it.
Well, the first thing I thought when I heard this live, when I heard this part, I thought, I Stole Your Love, kind of. Not,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same riff or anything, but it's definitely got that same vibe to it. It's got that sort of. I Stole Your Love always sounded a little angry, like a tinge of anger in the riff, to me. Maybe it's the content of the song kind of fed back into the riff, like a little mind trick there. But
I Stole Your Love is basically him bragging that he raped someone. So
there's anger there.
if you break down the lyrics.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we will do that one day. Episode 204.
Yeah, right. So you think that's a conscious thing for Paul Stanley or
I think
whoever?
absolutely that. I mean, I'd even not about this song particularly, but I do remember there was a song off of Sonic Boom, and for some reason I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember Paul saying that he consciously took like Take Me and Deuce, took the main riffs and put them together.
For Dangerous.
It was it Dangerous?
I think that sounds right.
Maybe, yeah. It's been a while since I've heard
Yeah.
that. I actually have that
It's
in
been
my
a while
closet.
since you've heard that.
I haven't listened to Sonic
like-
Boom in a while.
Like 25, 30 minutes or
But
what?
don't worry, you don't have my copy. I still have mine, so I can listen to it whenever I
I
want.
wouldn't be worried about that.
I rode the highway to heartache. I took a trip on the ship of fools. Oh yeah.
Paul's coming out swinging. I mean, I know I've said this probably on every single track that we've heard him sing so far off of the last two albums, but you can tell part of his voice is not quite there anymore, but he's still, I mean, he's given us what we want. He's pushing the notes out. He's still got it. You know, God bless him. He's still got it.
Yeah, I agree.
And lyrically, you can kind of tell where it's going already. He's talking in the past tense. He's saying, you know, I took a trip on the ship of fools. I had done things in the past. I was not in control. But that quickly you can assume this is going to turn around lyrically.
Right.
He's going to grab the reins of his life
But
very
hasn't he
soon.
pretty much been in control the whole time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when was he lost control?
There's like 2 instances, I think.
Yeah.
I
No,
remember,
I'm
right?
I'm talking about what he's saying in the song. However,
Do you think it's about someone else? He's singing a first person.
It's
account.
fictional.
He's judging other people, writing songs from their
Yeah,
perspective.
it's more McCartney than Lennon, I guess. If you will. If you will.
if you will, Daddy.
We haven't done a Dusty Rhodes on here for a while.
No, it's been a couple weeks.
And I played the best I had my way. 'Cause music makes the rules. Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. You guys are a bit more well versed in recording technology and stuff.
Not very much.
Oh, Bob is.
Bob would know more.
I kind of just sit there and watch everyone else do it, and then
Well,
I get yelled at later.
Then none of us know anything.
You have experience with it. and
Yeah.
can speak to it.
Why does I know his voice is kind of shot or whatever, but it almost sounds like it's really processed. Do you think that's right? It sounds weird.
I
Like
don't-
the sound of it, not what,
No,
not his notes or anything, but just like the
I don't think so.
tone of it.
No,
sounds
I
weird.
don't think so. I think that's what I was saying earlier. I think that's an effect of his voice kind of being shot at this point, and
Okay.
he's given it all he's gotten, and I think it sounds great, but it doesn't sound like if you've heard a lot of Paul Stanley, a lot of Kiss with Paul Stanley doing the leads, then you can kind of tell there's a difference there. Whether it's something with the production, I would guess not, but
Yeah, I don't really hear that. It's very prominent. It's in your face, and I also think that just today's recording techniques, everything's the volumes are really jacked up. So I think, I don't know, it also might be just the fact that my ears are fried after all these years, but just that, most modern stuff sounds like really distorted and brick wall mastered and all that.
and like Death Magnetic is infamous for
Well, you
for
could go
being
down
distorted
the list.
sounding,
Everybody
yeah.
knows what albums are sound like crap. Well, seriously, you go back and like we were talking about a little bit on Facebook today. You go back and listen to Dress to Kill or Rock and Roll Over. Those are not very loud CDs or albums when you listen to them back. They haven't been mastered to the hilt to make them sound like a
To the
distorted FM radio out of your stereo, and that's what everybody does nowadays.
Yeah, that's what do they call that? Is it the volume wars or the loudness wars? I believe there's a Wikipedia page. It's pretty interesting reading.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make any sense to me because, it's all going to be, when stuff like that gets played on the radio, it goes through various compressors and whatnot, and the volume's all going to be equalized anyway. So, what are you battling with somebody's own fucking CD collection? It doesn't make any sense.
Right. They already bought it.
You're battling with everybody's just trying to outdo each other. It's all current people.
Some of the quietest mastered CDs in my collection are all by Motorhead. It's like I have to bump up the volume on them in my iTunes to get them on the same level as some of the like Chili Peppers stuff.
The first few Metallica albums are fairly quiet by comparison.
Yeah.
Modern stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of the old stuff is, but, that might be what you're hearing. But I don't hear a ton of processing. I just think that, it's very upfront, and which is not surprising since Paul is the producer, right? So he's going to, he's going to put his vocals up front, so...
So I'm guessing that last line is gonna, or at least it should be, on the bottom of an LA Kiss shirt.
No
No matter what
do.
you do, I'm running through you.
That's good.
That chorus, first time I heard it, I thought, it didn't really do it for me. I was at the store today. It was in my head.
Really?
Like it's grown on me and it's snuck up on me. Something about this
Here
song.
we are again, another premonition of Nick's. He's
amazing.
secretly predicting what songs are coming up next.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I smell a rat. But I don't know.
How dare you?
Yeah, go to an Asian spa so we can get Got Love for Sale in the next episode. People are clamoring for it. They're
true.
waiting for the
two
confrontation.
people, right? Two people
I saw
mentioned
a
it.
couple on Facebook.
People
They're
just
excited.
want to hear what bad things I have to say about that song.
They want to hear conflict, and that's what they're getting today. So they
They
should
are
be
getting
happy.
it.
Well, the point is you have these weird premonitions that actually come true. So
Well,
make it happen.
it's-
will it to happen.
Well, you see, I don't will it. It just happens. It comes to me. I don't go to it. It comes to me. So
Well, go to the Asian spa.
so if I'm battling a bout of depression,
come on the person who is administering the massage to you, and let's get Got Love for Sale up in the docket. I mean, what else do I got to tell you? Go get a baba ganoush or whatever.
if I end
the
up-
fuck, what was it? Spanakopita.
Baba ganoush. If I end up living in a dumpster one day, maybe I'll feel about right to listen to that song. I'll be in the right surroundings
That's
for that
great.
particular
Just
track
Keep taking your shots.
because it is a piece of garbage.
Jeez.
I know that's going to be unpopular, but
Yeah, just
hit it.
fanning the flames.
You said your love's never lasting. We surrender our hearts to lose. Yeah. Time's up, there's nobody asking. It's time I get to choose. Let me hear you.
Both of you guys wanted me to
Chris,
stop
go
it there.
ahead.
I just wanted to get Bob's take on Tommy Thayer's lead playing.
I think he's pretty
General.
good. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a cool style, and like the other thing I was going to mention about the main riff is it sounds kind of Aerosmithy to me, and also again a little that hint of Priest from like the Point of Entry, Hellbent for Leather era, which is good. You know, I like that sort of more aggressive take on things. But I think Tommy Thayer is he's got a lot of that sort of Joe Perry vibe to him, and obviously the ace-isms that he throws in. But yeah, he's good. Good sound to this album, nice and aggressive. So yeah, good stuff.
I, for one, am a huge fan of whenever a singer, particularly Paul Stanley, on a studio recording does little live things like, let me hear ya, like he's doing in this one. I love that.
It is good. It means he's
it's-
into it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm not trying to even be amusing or ironic or funny about it. It's
No, yeah.
really, I think it's great.
Back in our day when we had our band, I'm not sure which songs, I don't remember, but I remember doing a thing where we would finish the song, however, and then having a separate track where you just listened to it and yelled stuff out, and if anything was good, we'd keep it in. Like an ooh or what, like a yell or
Does-
a
no.
okay or all right or whatever.
This comes back to Chris's Cafe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we did some of it there.
The Andy, at the end of about 2 or 3 songs, he was staring at Chris's bookshelf
Oh, yeah,
and kept yelling, "Oh, Pelican Brief" at the end of it.
because that was the book on the bookshelf. Yeah,
Oh, there you go. That was our recording studio.
yeah.
Oh well.
After hours.
Hit it.
Don't say you're sorry. I knew that you would. Don't say you misunderstood. It feels good. Yeah.
I know I keep stopping it, but here's one name we haven't thrown out yet. Gene. I like what he's doing.
bass or
There's
the-
those parts where the guitar chords are ringing, and he's doing his little high register stuff.
His bass sounds
Kudos,
kind of,
Gene.
It sounds really fuzzy.
It's
I'm
the,
just
it's
complaining
the,
about
no,
the
it-
sound
the
of
bass.
this.
I'm pretty sure is the whole album. It's got a distorted sound to the
Yeah.
bass. Yeah.
I think I don't like the sound of the album. I think that's my problem. Maybe I like the
It's
song.
It's a bit much, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's a definitely more in-your-face, aggressive sound than Sonic Boom, which I don't know. I mean, I kind of like it just from a character standpoint, but in terms of maybe ear fatigue or whatever, Sonic Boom is a much better listen. But
It just came to me here. This isn't a premonition or anything. This album came out. Different Kind of Truth by Van Halen came out the year before or the same year, earlier in the
same
2012.
year, I think, was 2012.
Production-wise, they sound very similar. Now that we're talking about the loudness, the overall like abrasive loudness
Again,
of it,
I mean, it's just every band falls victim to it. I don't know how this Hallow EP is going to sound that Bob so graciously gave us, but
I don't have one.
hopefully,
right here.
Excellent.
hopefully,
Yeah.
since it's an indie release and you're playing by your own rules,
Not
it'll,
really happy the way the drums came out. The guy who mixed it, yeah, he pretty much triggered the drums, and we're like, whatever, because it's free, so we don't care. So
well,
it still sounds good.
free.
Everything sounds fine. But
Yeah, but I mean, even Rush has been known to put out really like vapor trails. I believe is known by any rock fan as one of the worst sounding albums ever released, to the point where they just put out a remastered version, which it goes down the road of something that Nick has talked about in previous episodes, along the lines of like greatest hits albums with one or two new songs on it. It's almost like these guys put out crap intentionally, and then with the intention that 5 years down the road they're going to put out a proper sounding version of it and make you buy the damn thing twice.
Yeah.
I mean, Rush of all bands, the unassailable, band that has just nothing but integrity. It's like, why are they putting out shit-sounding albums?
Of all bands, Rush, you would think that's one of those bands that's kind of got the.
I mean, let's face it. Nobody's playing a Vapor Trails cut on FM radio.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe they'll play it once when the album comes out. Then it's back to Tom Sawyer and Free Will every fucking hour.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you jockeying for a position with Fall Out Boy to be heard on FM radio?
Steel Panther would never do that, Chris.
Put out a
Agreed.
proper sounding album. That's all we ask for. And it's like, why is every band falling into these whole volume wars thing? It's ridiculous.
One that burns me is when Megadeth re-released their first 4 or 5 albums.
That was an atrocity.
Yeah.
And I'm still very upset that I never got a copy of MD45 with Leaving.
Yeah, he took him off.
He
and
took him
redid
off.
it.
Dave Mustaine, you are the worst guy ever for doing that.
Yeah.
Leaving is brilliant.
Yeah.
Don't take him off your album.
Yeah.
Why would you take him off your album?
Why
Well,
would you
it's like-
re-release the album
That's
with a new?
idiotic.
That's a weird. I've never heard of that happening any other time.
That's-
Well, Sharon Osbourne
But it wa-
re-released the Randy Rhoads Blizzard Vaz albums with Trujillo and Borden.
That's dumb.
Which wasn't as good.
Well, of
Not
course
nearly
it wasn't as good. It was
Yeah.
you used the word yourself, an atrocity. You don't fucking pull performances off albums like that.
But for that MD45 album, he took lead vocals
Yeah, I was
off.
gonna say, would you replace a singer off of something with another singer?
I mean,
clearly there's no depths to which these people won't
I mean,
say.
that's like if,
You know?
if Sharon and Ozzy had said, you know what, let's get Gus G to replace Randy on the recordings. That's about
that would have defeated the whole purpose.
Well, but I'm just saying that's about how that's as important to the album.
right, and it's equally shitty. And these bands who are shit. We're doing a podcast about them. They're universally worshipped, and they pull this crap all the time. And we're getting back to what we were talking about originally. They're putting out shit sounding albums.
I wouldn't say that, in my opinion. I wouldn't say Monster classifies as that, but Chris used the phrase ear fatigue, and I think that applies because again with the Van Halen album too. I remember being like halfway through the album, like, all right, I gotta stop it or put something on here. Like I just couldn't listen to the album straight through.
And that's a pretty impressive album, in my opinion, for those old bastards to come out with the energy that they did, and they clearly don't like each other either, but that album's a triumph, in my opinion. But it's hard to listen to the whole thing,
Well, speaking of which, hit play.
We got a Tommy Thayer solo coming down the pike here.
I believe so.
I kind of feel something. He gave us a couple
You
tastes.
feel some motion in your basketball. Oh, no, he's got jeans on today. Nice.
Everybody's got jeans. How about that?
Sweet.
Some nice washes.
I like
in the
Chris's
room.
shoes. I'm going to have to talk to him after the show.
No matter what you do, I'm running through you. One more time. Hell, yeah, I have to do.
Gotta stop it on that.
I'm
huh?
sorry, you can hit play after a second here, but he did the he did it again, the live kind of feel. It's great, and that yeah he did there.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. That's if you love the guilty pleasure '80s Paul Stanley stuff with just kind of sort of the cheese. He's throwing a little bit. I mean, they're giving us with the guys in the band. They're giving us really the best that they can give us, and you got to respect that.
Yep, absolutely. Spot on, Nick.
Bob, do you do that on this EP that you brought for us?
We actually covered. We didn't cover Kiss. We covered AC/DC's "If You Want Blood,"
Okay.
and that's why it's for free. Like because you could buy it on iTunes and shit, but that for "If You Want Blood's not on there. But
Oh, okay.
Where do I get it?
you can get it on iTunes or it's on Bandcamp for free for downloads. And then you would
want
get the "If You Want Blood." But yeah, and "If You Want Blood," we actually did how you guys were saying, and I just stood there after 18 high lifes and just yelled random shit. So
And you
there's
kept
lots
some of it in there?
We kept a lot of it in there
That's
actually.
good.
Yeah, during the solo. So yeah.
Not that anybody listening would probably even know who we're talking about, but
They will. We're going to...
okay, well, but no, I'm not talking. Well, Bob's band, we've been talking about them, but there's another local band who did a really, really good version of "If You Want Blood."
Coin slot.
No, there's a now sort of defunct band called Groovatron who really nailed it.
They did that
They
song?
did a version
I
of
saw them play it at
What?
Centennial Park in Munster, and
That's weird.
and they nailed it. I have to say they did.
That's interesting. I have a vague recollection of them talking about that, but yeah, that's cool. Good
So
stuff.
let's.
I think Bob's band's version's better.
We've only played it once live. It was good.
It's way better.
It was good.
I want to hear it. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we have to go online and download it. Is that what you're
Yeah,
telling us?
well, on Bandcamp you can get that song, but on iTunes or Bandcamp you can get the rest of the songs. It's only a 3-song EP. So.
Right.
But get it on Bandcamp because it's free. So
Sweet.
don't waste the $2 or $3
How,
whatever it is on
do you
iTunes.
get the $3?
Yeah, we get all the money. Yeah, because this
Oh,
the
give
label
Bob-
didn't put this out, so this is
Oh,
kind of
okay.
just like a
everybody,
promo thing. So
everybody out there, if you want it, give Bob $2.
I don't need $2. It's cool. Go download it
$3.
for free.
$3.
I downloaded it for free.
There you go.
I'll
I
give
got
you
a-
$2
I got a
cash.
free- I
$3.
got a free copy.
Yeah. All right.
It's over to you. This is one heart is breaking. One chance I'm taking. No lies, no faking. Goodbye feels like it should.
That's awesome. Sorry to stop in the
yeah,
middle of the
no.
solo.
I love when Paul takes the guitar solo vocally.
Yeah, we have to call attention to that. That's awesome. That's a great. Has he ever done that before? I can't think of it.
Ooh, that's a good question to throw out for our listeners. If on Facebook they want to think that, I'm trying to think because
What's singing along? with
yeah, I mean
guitar
that's a
solo?
big like you were talking about Priest. You know, that's a big. Rob Halford's done that. A lot of the sort of '80s metal guys who can really hit the high notes have done that. It's an amusing,
Yeah, I like
amusing if nothing else.
Well, and again, it's something that like you said before, is something you would expect to spontaneously happen on stage.
Yeah.
You don't really hear it on a studio recording. So, yeah, they're really bringing it. That whole lead section, cutting into it is like that. if there's any justice, that's what was playing on the stereo, and that Fast and Furious guy bought it a few days ago.
I knew you'd
Because-
find a way to tie in
because
recent death stories.
Oh, between him and Mandela, I mean, it's just two pillars of humanity gone in 1 week. I mean, I can barely fucking go on with my life.
I'm sensing some sarcasm in your voice.
You're right. You're wrong about that. You know, it's Fast and the Furious guy. I mean, geez, you go on Facebook, every other person's busting out an RIP post. It's like, wow, that is awesome, huh?
That guy, I guess I was aware of who he was. I never saw either of the 6 movies, the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, 6.
I was pretty unaware of this. I mean, you know, God bless him, R.I.P. and everything. But really, he's just kind of I thought for a while he was the same guy in the Hangover movies. They just got like the guy who looked
Bradley
like
Cooper.
the guy who. Well, you know who he is. I mean, they have the guy who looks like a contemporary male model as kind of the lead role kind of guy. That's
Yeah.
But hey, R.I.P. for real.
Yeah. I think that's actually probably was the final straw for Mandela. He ended up dying of a broken heart because of the Fast and Furious guy who just got cut down in the prime of his life. He was actually poised to take the Mandela throne and just move humanity forward.
I wonder.
Turns out he crashed into a fucking light pole, and that was it.
I wonder if Mandela was really, really upset when Moose Man passed away.
He should have been. That was a
And
tragic.
I forget who the other guys in Body Count that all passed away.
Pretty much everybody.
Except everyone but
Except
Ernie.
Ernie C. Can't
New
kill
album?
Ernie C.
Yeah, new record.
New
right?
album on the way.
Bob, opinions on Ernie C. as a guitar player?
I'm not too familiar with Body Count, aside from the first 2 hours of the trip from Chicagoland to Detroit. But I liked what I
Your CD player was hijacked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
We had some Steel Panther going on.
There's always Steel Panther.
Well, I'm just saying, it wasn't completely hijacked.
This is nice. Now it's 2-2 in our Steel Panther discussion. I've got Bob on my
All
side.
right, yeah. And me and Chris are on the
Excellent
side,
quality on their records, by the way, for Steel
Yeah.
Panther. Excellent, yeah. I think Jay Rustin, I think that's his name. He did the last Anthrax record.
The Worship Music album?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, that one's
What's the new Steel Panther album going to be called? I forget.
All You Can Eat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
They're
not?
playing it in a couple of weeks. You should go.
Are they again?
Yeah.
Where in
House of Blues.
Joliet?
House of
I
Blues.
gotta go.
I'm not going to
House
Vegas.
of Blues, yeah. Here, House of Blues.
They don't do the Vegas residency anymore?
No, I think that stopped a couple months ago, and then they still do every Monday in L.A.
It's House of Blues now, right, in L.A.? It's not Key Club anymore?
No, it's been House of Blues on Sunset for
For like a year or so.
for probably 3 or 4.
That long?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay. I've been out of the loop.
yeah.
If any of our listeners hung out in the important Vegas and LA clubs over the last couple of years, you might have seen Bobo.
Yeah. You've seen me.
Did you ever go to
Like-
Vince Neil's strip joint?
No. I've been to.
Get some chips and
Used to have
salsa.
Sucked out a Coors Light in between lap dances.
He had a place, a restaurant with that guy from Counting Cars, that vamp
Yeah.
guy.
Really?
I went in there in Vegas. Yeah.
What was that called? Was it Feel Goods or no?
Yeah, it was Feel Goods, and then now I think it's just Vamps if it's still open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the cleverness of these people is off the
They
chart.
called it Girls, Girls, Girls.
Yeah.
The reason I kept referencing the chips and salsa was because I read his book, and it said basically the writer of the book sat down at Feel Goods over some chips and salsa, and Vince just talked, and he had to write the story.
Wow.
Let's not go down talking about Vince Neil too much.
I think he's got a tattoo shop there now too.
Of course,
It's
he
probably
does.
tequila and tattoos. I'm thinking
Probably.
he's trying to corner the market.
Yeah.
I think Hagar's got the tequila
And
market.
what's
though.
the name
He's-
of the shop? New Tattoo, perhaps.
Hagar's out of the tequila. Well, he's still a little bit in it.
Well,
but
he
now
sold
he's in
it,
the
right?
rum game.
He's in the rum game.
Hagar's unstoppable.
Dude, he sold it for what was it, like 800? No,
Yeah.
not 800 million.
It was something
Or
ridiculous.
300
yeah.
million. I don't know. No, that's a huge difference.
Huge cash.
But it's still
Huge
something
cash.
100 million.
yeah, he's unstoppable.
and he
Forget it.
still has like 20% or 15% of it.
He still does birthday shows there too. I think every year.
Does he?
I thought.
He's supposed
I
to
went to that
be. He's supposed to be
place.
one of the
Yeah,
more.
Yeah.
And he made the white guy pilgrimage to Cabo Wabo Cantina.
Tommy Bahama shirt on.
Did I
Yeah.
tell you guys the story on the show ever that I went there?
You told
I-
me.
I don't
not on
think
the
so.
Show.
Oh man, I probably have the video on my computer, but I went there to Cabo Wabo in Cabo San Lucas.
Because that's what white guys do.
From the OU812 album,
You
right?
can't-
The track.
You can't avoid it. I mean, there's really not that much else to do there, to be honest. There's just a bunch of little restaurants and crap. But anyway, you see that. It's like, oh, we should go in there and see what's happening. Because it's kind of a big bumping place, you know.
Sure,
It's a
of course.
beehive of activity.
Oh, it's Sammy Hagar's place.
Right. So we're
The man
walking.
is electric.
We're walking
There's
up
no
front.
pit bull, but
Wow.
he's
Bob, do you like Pitbull?
I fucking hate Pitbull.
All right.
Let's-
We'll get
We'll
into
talk about
that.
that after the
I'm
song.
on Bob's side again.
Oh, boy.
See, there's just finish your story and let's finish
All
out
right.
this song.
So quickly, I see a car pull up, and a guy gets out with this curly, blondish, reddish mop, and like a shirt Charlie Sheen would wear on 2.5 Men, and like long shorts and sandals. I'm like, holy shit, Sammy Hagar just got out of that car. And he had sunglasses on and like a goatee. And then he stood in front, and someone got out and was taking pictures of him. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then the guy took his glasses off. It wasn't Sammy Hagar. It was a guy who looked exactly like him. And, it was like his pilgrimage. Like, this is his look all the time. And he's there, and he's going to take pictures out front.
That reminds me of the gentleman from when we went to the KISS convention, me and Andy a few years back in Indy when we met Eric Singer. There was a guy who looked almost exactly like Vince Neil. Just there, like
it's a good look too.
We have that picture on our Facebook, I think.
it's
Don't we?
it's around. I don't know. I don't know if we
not.
put it up on Facebook or not.
I think we might
It's
have.
a
But
good
that's-
look, man. Vince Neil.
I just
I wish I could pull it off.
I couldn't either. So
All right, back to the
All right,
song.
roll it out.
do it.
One heart is breaking. One chance I'm taking. No lies, no faking. Goodbye feels like it should. Yeah, let me tell you how it feels. It feels good. Hey, oh hallelujah. No matter what you do, I'm running through you. Come on, oh hallelujah.
Sorry to stop it there.
Do it.
Chris, was that almost the lead at the beginning of "Boys Are Gonna Rock" by Vinnie Vincent Invasion?
Yeah,
He's doing that the blues kind of 2-note bend kind of thing going
There's
on.
some mayhem going on here. It's like
When he started the
band
solo,
is like on the verge of being completely unhinged, which is good.
It
you
is
know, for
good.
these old bastards to be summoning up that kind of reckless energy is admirable.
I just ordered a Vinnie Vincent Invasion 7-inch. I can't remember what the hell it was. It was on pink vinyl. Though.
was it Ashes to Ashes?
Pink vinyl.
Oh, pink. Well,
They
that,
come
that-
with a lace glove with a finger
I'm
loop.
hoping. I'm hoping. But it was
Since-
like $9 on eBay.
While Bob's
so.
looking at that, I was looking up something on my phone the other night, and apparently, and I don't know how recent this story is. It might be a couple years old, but apparently, Vinnie Vincent had taken orders from people in his fan club for a very, very like exclusive box set that he was compiling, and like really going into his archives and all this stuff, like for like the true fans. And I don't know if it's been like 20 years. He hasn't sent like people prepaid, and he hasn't delivered on it.
That's great.
And I don't know if maybe he has in the last year or two. I forgot how old this article was that I read, but apparently
took their money.
Vinnie Vincent just gets stranger and stranger the more you read about him.
Who would pay for it first?
he's got to have some diehards out there.
Before it exists,
I mean,
even? That's like Kickstarter almost.
Yeah, only Vinny's version is called Dog Killer.
The 7-inch that I
Same
ordered is
deal.
called Animal. So that's
Okay.
Animal,
close
huh?
enough.
See,
1986.
again, another
Animal
just-
killer.
Yeah,
How much did you pay for that?
You have to kill the animal to become the animal.
$9.
Good for you, Bob.
Was there a
Yeah.
bidding war, or was that
There was not.
That was the buy it now price.
Yeah. No. I think I bid like 2 days before the auction ended. I
no,
didn't
no
care to,
other
like, wait till
bidders.
the end.
It
Yeah.
might have-
Sounds about right.
There was an instructional VHS.
I heard Vinny
video
bid
as well for, like,
$8.
50, but no one bid on that.
$50 they
Yeah.
want for that. Yeah, I guess it's
I think that's on YouTube.
a small price to
But
pay.
you have to own the physical copy.
yeah.
That's
learn
for
how
sure.
to play like Vinnie Vincent, Vinnie Cusano.
I just sorted Ace Frehley instructional thing. I saw like on YouTube today, but I had to own it on DVD. He was playing with like Matt Sorum, and he was like showing how to bend strings for like 5 minutes on this YouTube clip. I was like, "This is ridiculous. I need to order this."
Did you guys see that clip of Ace and Peter sort of reunited at Eddie Trunk's 30th
I
anniversary?
heard
on the
about
radio?
it, but I
Yeah,
didn't see it.
watch it.
It's all right.
It's not good.
No.
We're all aging and we all change, but Ace, he looks uncomfortable playing guitar now
Really?
because he's a little heavy and it just he looks awkward. But he was playing fine, but he looks a little awkward to me.
I had a buddy see him at that whatever that horror convention was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a couple buddies that were there as well.
Yeah, he said he went both days, and the first day, like Ace wouldn't even look up, and I think for a picture it was like $40 for him to sign it. But a guitar strap was like $500, and an Epiphone Les Paul for him to sign was I think $1,800.
And he had a deed that
Yeah.
was next to it.
He didn't say anything the first day. The second day, he said, "Did you hear me on Man Cow?" He said, "I'm putting a new record out. I told everyone on Man Cow." And then he went back to staring at the desk.
What a
or the
weirdo.
table. So
I'm looking forward to the new record. I don't know. I heard we heard from our buddies Kelly and Dave who went to the convention that he was a little bit more alert and active and enthusiastic
Than he has been.
than they've seen him in the past.
It's not really what Bob just said, though.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's
Maybe-
even Bob's story. Maybe he's usually worse. Than
Maybe
that.
Maybe he went full Ric Flair all the other times, and he only went partial Ric Flair this time. I don't know.
Well, no, old Ace. You think he'll still be alive by the time we get done with these podcasts?
All right, here's a good question.
I hope so because
Well, yeah, I hope
there
so.
might
Well,
be
nobody wants to see him die, but
Who's
he might
going to
be
be the
losing it a little bit.
Who's going to be the first to go out of the original 4 Kiss members?
I hope Peter.
You hope.
I hope Peter.
Peter. He kicked cancer though. He's
Breast
Peter.
cancer, no
he's
less.
tough, man.
I mean,
He ain't going down. Not
Yeah.
without a fight.
he's still. What
He's
is
got
that?
a
Still a street
you
fighter.
say it. I was gonna say.
Took a blackjack to cancer.
I was gonna
Fucking smashed cancer out of the leather sack.
He just
full
kept
of
hitting
nuts
his.
and
He kept
bolts.
hitting his breast with a blackjack till the cancer just shot.
Good for Peter. God bless him.
A loaded 357 in his breast's mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Well, let's finish the song.
All right.
The rest is up to you. It's over to you. Yeah.
A short AC/DC-esque ending.
It kind of reminded me of C.C. DeVille at the end.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That lead was very CC.
Really loud up front in the mix. So yeah.
Let's do it, Bob. You're the guest. Thumbs up or oh no! Wait,
Hallelujah.
What do we say?
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Do you want to say why? We
Yeah,
should
say why.
elaborate
Say
a
The
little.
why.
song was really good, I thought. Paul gave you everything you wanted vocal-wise.
Especially considering the year it came out, right?
Yeah. Guitar solos were all good. Yeah, everything was good. The bass was great. So,
Yeah,
hallelujah for sure.
We've talked about that a few times, but I don't think Gene gets the credit he deserves for when he wants to apply himself. He plays some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, he does cool, exciting. He does the high register, the slides. It's fun stuff that he does.
Yeah, he's
inspired
good.
by I think Jim Lee of Slade to a degree.
Chris?
God, he's
One of the better rock bass players I've ever heard.
Hallelujah for sure. I mean, it's again one of the ways you have to evaluate these things is like, what would be the reasoning to give it a hell? And there really wouldn't be. I mean, these are some old dudes who are really bringing it with some energy and aggression. I mean, you got to give them their credit. So, hallelujah from me.
As I have said, credit should be paid where credit is due. You know what?
What is that?
It's lyrics from a Flying Aaron song.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Nick, where are you at on this one?
I gotta go Hallelujah, of course. I mean, it as I was saying before, it popped in my head earlier today. It does that periodically, and there's a reason for it. It's a catchy song. It's got that rawness to it. It really does. And I always say from listening to it in the headphones, because I don't typically sit down and listen to stuff in headphones, but listening to it now this way, it's raw. You can hear his voice like almost crack a little bit. It's got that live feel. They're throwing all these just classic hard rock Kiss signature moves. It's even some 80s cheese, and even the slight perhaps Ezrin-esque soft breakdown where he's like, yeah.
They kept it short. Though, this time.
But and they did that they did that much longer on a song on the Sonic Boom album.
Which one?
Called Stand.
You love that song.
I do love that song, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So Hallelujah definitely for this track.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it more hearing it right now than I think I did. Leading up to this point. So
that's how I feel too. You got to be a damn fool not to give this a hallelujah, right? That's what I think.
Your friends won't think you're a jerk if you like this song.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. I think it's good. I like the tempo of it. I like the rawness. I like the fact that the first song released is a Paul song. I mean, and it probably should be. It's
like modern day Delilah.
It's the best song.
First song on the album, Paul song, first single, if you want to call it a single, whatever they call it these days.
Yeah, kicks ass.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? So I've got this Bruce Kulick review of Monster that you asked me to pull up, Nick. Now,
that's his official site, right? Or no?
It's taken from it. This is
Okay.
heavymetalhog.com.
Okay, pardon me. We're not trying to plug every single website, but
Right. But
that's a good name, though.
yeah, I like that. So this is from when Monster came out, and apparently, does he do this for a lot of albums? He reviews song by song?
I don't know that he does. The only ones I've seen are Monster and Revenge, when he did the 20th anniversary kind of thing that we read from before.
Now that makes sense because he played on it. Why do you think he reviewed an album he didn't play on?
I don't know, but I think it's cool. Probably the fans want to hear what he has to say. I mean, I do.
Well,
You
sure.
just felt like it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's cool. It's cool to hear him, like he was in the band. He was an important part of the band for a while, and to hear his I love that kind of format, a song by song breakdown. It's like the Kiss Behind the Makeup book.
Or the
Beyond the
Pot of
Mask.
Thunder podcast.
Yeah, I love that kind of
Kind
stuff.
of a format we're familiar with.
It's like the Uncle John bathroom readers.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Okay.
I was just pretending I was listening before.
Okay,
I was
well,
like,
what does Bruce say?
what does he say?
We're unanimous.
Are
We
we
all
saying
say
that it's good?
Yeah, we all
Okay.
we all say hallelujah, that we love the song. Right?
Okay. Here we go. This is from Bruce. Hell or Hallelujah starts off the CD. And as you all know, it was the first single released a while back. As much as it has a real strong riff that reminds me of some of my Kiss albums, I'm actually not that keen on this song, so let's move on.
Wow.
What the hell's up his ass?
That Asian guy was sitting next to him.
Yeah,
He
apparently.
was yelling at him.
Was that guy
Handler.
Asian? The Eric Singer guy was Asian.
No, who was Bruce yelling at?
He was yelling at that guy who was supposed to be like his assistant or
I thought that was an
whatever.
Asian guy.
No, he wasn't an Asian.
Okay, well.
Maybe he was just tired.
Oh, boy.
You know what else is on here, though, that bothers me? A couple paragraphs down, he's still talking about Monster, obviously. He says, Freak is wonderful. That's got to be top 5 worst Kiss songs, including all the shitty ones from the 80s.
Really?
I hate that song.
Well, let's not.
It's definitely a terrible song.
We won't
but I
get
would
too
go top
far.
5,
Okay.
or worst 5.
Well, my problem with
Well,
it,
I mean, you got The Elder has more than 5 songs, so.
I think some of those are better. My problem
World
with this
Without
song
Heroes.
is that it's not only is it just shitty, but it's like
Talking
pandering.
about Freak now?
Yeah, Freak. It's like pandering, trying.
Well,
Well, don't
And
get too much into it.
Yeah, don't get too much into it.
Save it for the episode.
and no one's gonna remember.
Yeah, they will.
I'll have a lot more to say then. I just wanted to say that it comes off as really not genuine, like they're trying to write from a perspective that is not them, and it just comes off shitty.
So kind of like the Carnival Souls song.
But
that we-
way worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
To
Bruce
me.
Bruce bought it. I mean, hey, he digs that song over this one. So what do you want?
Fuck him.
I wonder what Bob thinks.
Yeah,
He'll
Bob
tell
would
you.
know.
Bob probably likes this song and hates Freak. He's probably way
Well,
cooler.
this Bob or Bob Kulick?
Bob Kulick.
Kulick.
We know what this Bob thinks.
This Bob doesn't like it. This Bob doesn't like that type of shit.
So, all right.
No,
so
he doesn't.
let's move on to something that I'm very excited about. What do you say?
I'm interested. I don't know what you're going to say. What
I-
are you
well,
what are you excited
all right.
about?
The pizza that's sitting in front of
Yeah,
me.
I know.
or-
Well, I'm excited about that. Well, I'm excited about snacks in general. And speaking of snacks,
Oh man.
tomorrow. Well, we're recording this. We won't say exactly what the date is, but let's just say.
It's the
The-
day Mandela checked out.
I was going to say.
Okay, well, we know already. Okay, so
Mandela's joined Ariel Castro in the great beyond.
so tomorrow. We'll just say it. I guess tomorrow is St. Nicholas Day.
Oh yeah.
And for
It
those
is?
of you of, I don't know if it's mostly Eastern European,
I would say.
or other areas in Europe, I think especially. St. Nicholas is a big deal.
And it's your namesake too.
And my namesake. So if I were, I think they say in Europe you celebrate your name day, not your birthday.
No shit.
Yeah, so I'm going
That's
to take
why Europe
advantage.
sucks.
I'm gonna take advantage,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna put
We
my
got a big fan base out there.
I'm gonna put my shoe out right now, and see if anything magically falls into my shoe, like you do on St. Nicholas Day morning.
I hope it's a deep, deep piece of Little Caesars.
Yeah. I think you know what? Something just happened.
Oh, here, pass that this
Yeah,
way. I've
give
got a
it
knife.
a-
Andy's got a
Andy.
knife. All right, our first one. This is from our buddy Jason out in, I can't really pronounce it, Japan. This is I'd say it's the first thing I've ever received from Japan. What is this?
Bob's probably received some
Look at this
adult
insane
movies
looking
from Japan.
thing. Chris, describe what I've just handed you from
I
Japan.
can't even tell what it is. It's like some sort of bear on a stick or whatever. Wow, pretty cool. Pod. I hope you get to a dynasty track soon. Damn right. That damn right was me. Meanwhile, enjoy the Japo goodness. Is that what it
I
says?
think so.
All right.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, there's one of these for each of us, and I think, if I recall, Jason told me these were called chocolate thunder bars. So
Okay.
he thought that was an appropriate, and I do too, an appropriate name. Sorry, Bob, he didn't know you were going to be here.
That's okay.
Jason, thank you. Let's
Look at that.
straight from the other side of the world.
Smells good. Here we go.
And he didn't have the camera going for that, unfortunately.
Jeez, that looks like an old racial cartoon, like a caricature of what was that one monkey boy? I can't think of that.
Must you on Mandela's death?
Oh,
day?
boy.
Come on,
I'm
have
not,
some.
I'm not making light of it. I'm just
And
saying.
then here's Jason.
That's what it looks
Jason's
like.
lovely
Fucking
note
racist.
to us.
That's nice.
And this came from Japan. Look at that. I mean, look at all the writing all over this. This is unintelligible to the Western world here.
Yeah, it says "Die American Scum." on
But
it.
Chris, you like it?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'm gonna-
excellent.
All right. Well, there's another box, Nick.
There is another.
As if
box.
that wasn't enough.
I know. Jason, thank you
Yeah,
once
this
again.
is great.
And now,
Way above and beyond.
now we got our buddy Dan, straight out of Deutschland. It says Andy Jones Donut Studios. Oh yeah. I'm eating this one. Now we can split it, I guess. We got a Ritter Sport straight out of Germany. The often talked about Ritter Sport. I have no idea what that says,
Heard
but
of it.
it's like strawberry yogurt something. Bob, what does that say? Erdbeer.
Jog hurt?
Concentration camp,
Oh, boy.
maybe.
See, we got a little bit of string. I don't know. Was that an accident, maybe? I don't know.
I've been,
We'll keep it anyway. It might be significant.
I have to restrict myself here. So many jokes. So many jokes.
Well, Chris, read your postcard. What's on the front of it? Tell the people.
Some heart. I don't know. Dear Chris, I just want you to know that you are almost as cute as Paul and that your tongue is almost as fast as Jean's. Have fun with the chocolate. I have chosen it especially for you. Signed, a fan.
This is yours then. Anyway,
It's a box full of chocolates, right?
I know, and it's an amazing assortment too, and it's all straight from Germany. So Thank you guys. Oh wait, hold the phone.
Sorry about WW2. We did what we had to do. Same with the Japan.
To Andy and Nick. Rock on.
You know, I hear Nick chewing and I hear Chris chewing, but I don't hear Bob chewing. What's going on?
I'm good.
I ain't
I'm
chewing.
good.
You're good?
I'm good, yeah.
Well, I like to make up stuff. You don't want any, or you just didn't get any? What's the problem?
I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want any.
You know, I also noticed you brought Little Caesars and you didn't have any.
I don't want any.
Why?
Well, after the 20 minutes that I was in Little Caesars, I'm good. The staff there didn't seem the cleanest, so I'm good.
They grossed you out from eating the pizza.
Yeah.
Wow.
So file it with chili under the heading of things you won't eat
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, so,
Get it.
Nick, I have a question. What's the deal with you setting up these mail-order treats from our international listeners?
I didn't set them up, really. They initiated.
Really?
Yeah.
Nick's the guy who seems to be the one who's taken on the job of responding to people on Facebook messages.
That's fine. He's got to have something to do.
I gotta have something
Productive to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's apparently it's working out. Look at that box of chocolate,
This is- I
an
mean-
envelope of chocolate. You got German and Japanese.
I got my Japanese chocolate Thunder Bar. I got stuff that I need to go on Google Translate just to find out what's in these Ritter Sports.
Yeah.
But really, guys, thank you. I mean, I don't know how much postage costs these days, but plus the snacks and the postage, you guys are heroes, man.
It's very
Plus we
sweet.
got EPs from Bob. I mean,
This
it's
isn't-
like Christmas came early.
It did.
Yes, man.
Throat Donut Studio.
Yeah, man.
Back in the balloon knot room of Throat Donut Studio.
That's what this room is, huh? The balloon knot.
The puckered balloon knot.
I gotta see that.
I gotta see that.
Hand
The
that
wrapping, he got him the pink
Yeah. Oh, this.
the pink Ritter Sport, the wrapping, the envelope, and the postcard. It's all just unbelievable.
You didn't read any of these
We still
German
like you.
stickers, dude.
Chris
Like,
just
I don't
like
know how to read
breezed through
German.
it.
You work for Germans. You can read
Chris
them.
just breezed through it, all embarrassed.
Das ist lecker.
You are liquor.
This is Chris is a drunk in German.
Getting it right again.
Yeah. Then Kuchen, which is kisses.
Look at that.
Nice. Yeah. So we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Bob, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Anytime you want to come back, you let me know. We'll put that comfortable chair.
Thanks. Anytime Chris needs to go to Detroit or needs a ride home from Detroit.
By
More
way
than
of
willing.
South Bend
South
or wherever.
Bend, it was Ohio to South Bend, that 80 toll road, right?
Yeah, you got to
I think it only
shut
took
off. You got to
took like
shut
3.5
off.
hours still, didn't it?
Like 8.
No,
Did not take 8. It was
well,
like
you
3.5.
guys were both sleeping.
I was wide awake.
Yeah,
You
okay.
got to
We
shut
got back
off
pretty
the
quick.
toll road
Except for
thing
the,
on your
the
No,
2-hour
is-
detour that Chris was hanging out with some guy in the back of a gas station.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
some Mike Finney just by pure coincidence. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
went and got
Oh, great.
stoned behind the gas
How
station.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's how it went. We took basically from Detroit straight south to Ohio, went west towards Chicago, stopped for gas in South Bend at like 3 in the morning probably.
It was late, yeah.
Chris just happens to see a guy from here,
Yeah,
which is
another
an hour and a half
cafe
away.
dude.
And
Yeah.
decides to not tell anybody. I'm going to disappear.
Because I think we went inside to get drinks or snacks or whatever. Come out, Chris is gone. Did he get stolen? Did he wander into
I
the
don't know,
traffic?
But I don't think we were waiting too much longer
No,
at
he's-
that point.
He's
We
behind the
definitely were not
dumpster.
waiting longer.
Yep.
That's big talk, Nick.
And Bob.
Whatever.
Bob
it
was
didn't,
driving,
it
man.
didn't transpire that way, so there you have it.
That was a wild day. Now I have
It
a
was pretty crazy. Good time, though.
Chris,
we lash out at each other, but it's all in fun.
Good times.
after all that drinking we did and you were sleeping / passed out 3 in the morning, was it just like are you like what the reason wouldn't you just normally be like, no dude, I'm done, I can't get high with you right now because this day has gone on too long? But was it just like, why am I seeing these guys an hour and a half away from home? I gotta do it. It's
Well,
fate.
Of course, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, plus I've asked people, not that you'd have the opportunity, but, there's many times that people will tell you stories of how I just miraculously catch a second wind and just pop back into being alive and going about my business.
some ways it's like that.
In fact, I did that once on stage at the Metro.
Really? You were drunk and
I was trashed, and in the middle of the first song, just collapsed on stage.
fell
And I
down?
remember I was on my back on stage looking up at the ceiling. I'm like, I can't continue. And then just like that, I popped up and finished out the set.
was there concern from the band members and people in the audience? Or did they think it was part of the show that you just did like a back bend and fell?
I don't remember what the reaction was. I just remember because there was a Red Wings Avalanche playoff game on that day,
Okay.
and I just was drinking the whole day, and it was one of those times. But it's happened many times.
There was another
in the
time I saw
past.
you get a second wind when you went face first into your driveway.
Yeah,
That was a bad one.
yeah.
We were in Chris's living room watching the Kiss Winterland show and drinking for a long time. Chris was having a party years ago, and then it was an outdoor party, but we were inside watching that concert, and it got pretty late, and Chris had to help move a table. Something happened. Next
Yeah, I
thing
don't
you
know
knew,
why it was.
he took a tumble.
Table
summoned
moved
on
him.
that.
Yeah. But that was one where, from you being, like, knocked out asleep to next minute I saw you, you were wide awake.
Yeah, it happens. Not unprecedented. So
Yeah.
that was one of those instances.
Yeah, but all right. Thanks for the treats from Dan and Jason. Two sweet guys. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Bob, thanks for coming.
Thanks again.
Nick, thanks for coming.
No.
Chris, thanks for coming.
No problem.
All right. Until next time.
Pot of thunder.
And I'll just push it back in.
That's what she said.
She didn't.
She didn't say that.
She didn't say that.
Just the tip.
She didn't say that either.
No.
She said to the hilt.
Yeah, right. To the root.
So,
Yeah.
Bob, can we, at the end of the podcast, can we play one of your songs?
If you want, that's fine.
I do.
Thank you.